Officers of the Russian army and servicemen from North Korea have been destroyed as a result of a Ukrainian army attack on the command post of the Russian army in Russia's Kursk region through HIMARS rocket fire, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky announced. The number of dead officers exceeded 20. The incident happened on February 3. Zelensky said that the Ukrainian army hit the control post in Kursk before launching another attack. It should be noted that the Ukrainian army advanced 5 kilometers during the next counterattack near the city of Sudza in Kursk region and captured the settlement of Ernesha.
Ukraine has significantly ramped up its drone strike campaign against Russia's oil infrastructure, strategically targeting refineries, pumping stations, and export facilities. This ongoing effort serves as Ukraine's form of economic sanctions, complementing Western-imposed restrictions on Russian energy exports. Euromaidan Press recalls that the first attack hit Russia's fourth-largest oil refinery located in Kostovo, Nizhny Novgorod Oblast. Capable of processing up to 17 million tons of fuel per year, this refinery supplies fuel to the Russian military. Ukrainian drones ignited a massive fire shortly after, marking the second attack on this facility. Soon after, Ukrainian forces struck the Lukoil refinery in Volgograd, another major fuel producer processing 14 million tons of oil annually. The pattern is clear. Ukraine is systematically crippling Russia's energy sector, making it increasingly difficult to sustain military operations, striking the largest refineries one by one. Another successful attack hit the Novozhivkov oil pumping station in Bryansk. Ukrainian forces used a drone carrying a Soviet Fab 250 bomb and HIMARS strikes to set the facility ablaze. This station is part of the Druzhba pipeline, one of Russia's main export routes to Europe. Ukrainian forces have repeatedly targeted it, further highlighting their intent to permanently disrupt Russian energy exports, according to Euromaidan Press media outlet. Next, in a major blow to Russia's refining capabilities, Ukrainian strikes have now forced the Novoshakhtinsk oil refinery in Rostov Oblast to shut down entirely. After sustaining repeated drone attacks, the plant, which had a processing capacity of 7.5 million tons per year, ceased operations completely due to equipment damage. This further deepens Russia's fuel shortages, both for domestic use and military operations. One of the most audacious attacks was the disruption of oil flows through Russia's Ust-Luga port. This critical export hub handles 20% of Russia's seaborne crude exports, making its temporary shutdown a significant economic setback for Moscow. The strike on a pumping station in the port caused a halt in operations, demonstrating Ukraine's ability to strike deep into Russia's territory and disrupt its global oil trade. Ukraine's drone strikes serve a dual purpose, damaging the economy while simultaneously undermining the war effort, as Russia heavily relies on oil revenues to fund its military, and these targeted attacks are forcing it to divert resources toward repairing damaged infrastructure rather than supporting its war machine. The destruction of refineries and pumping stations also makes it harder to supply fuel for tanks, armored vehicles and aircraft, directly affecting battlefield operations. Euromaidan Press says that Ukraine's growing success in striking strategic Russian targets is due to its continued destruction of Russian air defenses. A recent example is the Ukrainian drone drop that destroyed a Russian Tor air defense system, highlighting the ability to neutralize key defensive assets through different creative means. The serial degradation of Russian air defenses has made it significantly easier for Ukrainian drones to penetrate deep into Russian territory and strike valuable targets. In addition to targeting oil infrastructure, Ukraine continues long-range precision strikes against Russian military facilities by, for example, another repeated drone strike on an artillery arsenal in Tver, which resulted in a large explosion, damaging not only the ammunition depot but also an oil pumping station in the area. The next strike was against the Olenia Air Base in Murmansk, home to Russian strategic bombers often used in missile strikes on Ukraine, which showcased the ability to threaten key Russian military assets, even at such long distances. While the full results remain unclear for now, such strikes reinforce that no Russian military asset is safe. Overall, while individual strikes alone might not cripple Russia's economy, the sheer volume and value of the targets hit are making a tangible impact.